A-Level Biology 9700, Paper 4, Variant 2, October, November 2024, question number 9. Question number 9 is the red-roofed lemur. Pyrrhisia nubra is a mammal found only in rainforests of the Messoala region in northeast Madagascar. Shows a red-roofed lemur. You can see the diagram or the figure. The International Union for Conservation of Nature IUCN Red List of Threatened Species states that the red-roofed lemur is critically endangered. Critically endangered means this animal is at the verge of extinction and only 1,000 animals are left behind. And why it happened? Why they have asked the suggestion why the red-roofed lemur has become critically endangered. So there are many reasons which can be the cause of this situation. That is, the animal is critically endangered condition. So first of all, can be the habitat loss. This is very important reason. The organisms which live in an ecosystem, first of all they require a habitat to live, where they can eat, where they can reproduce. So they need a habitat. When habitat is not there, you can say their number is decreased. This is the very important reason that the number of organisms can decrease. So due to habitat loss. And why habitat loss? Habitat can be lost due to agriculture and mining activities. So these agriculture expansion and mining activities can lead to the destruction of the habitat of these animals, due to which they are unable to survive. So their number has been decreased, or their groups becomes very short in size. So this is the one reason. Secondly, I can see that the hunting by the predators and the other maybe human beings, this can be the very crucial reason. You can say that is they are large enough, their size is large, due to which can be hunted by the predators. And secondly, the illegal trading, hunting and illegal trading. So this is the very big reason for their this situation. And you can say their number has been decreased. They are only 1,000 animals over there. So their small populations, you can say, are found only in small areas of the northeastern Madagascar. So their limited geographical distribution makes them particularly vulnerable to any threats within their range. So small populations are also more susceptible to genetic bottleneck and other issues that can lead to extinction. So I would like to say the small population size due to many reasons. And then you can say the female only produce one or two offsprings throughout the year. So in this way, I would like to say that their reproductive rate is very slow. Reproductive rate is very slow. Only one or two organisms or offsprings are produced every year. So that is the reason their number is not increasing fastly. And climate change. If there is change in the climate, there are some species or there are some animals which can survive, because if they make changes and they have adaptations according to the changed environment, they are able to survive. So these are the best fit species. but those animals which are best adapted to the environmental conditions. So nature do not select them. So that is the reason their number is decreased. So this can be the reason as well. That is, if due to environmental changes, due to climatic changes, the number of these organisms has been decreased or reduced. So these are the different, you can say, the reason uh, due to which the number of these organisms has been decreased, and uh, they have become the critically endangered species. So the red-billed lemur has become critically endangered. I have written this as well in the form of answer. Habitat loss due to agriculture expansion and creation of farms for livestock. Hunting and illegal trading is another factor. Thirdly, they are naturally found in some areas of the northeast Madagascar. That is, their number is very small number. That is, the 1,000 animals are there. So conservation efforts are compulsory to protect this species, definitely, because this, you can see, unique animal will be extinct from the earth if we are not taking care of this. We need to increase their number. Next, part B of this question is, many zoos around the world operate captive breeding programs for the red-footed female. Figure 9.2 shows the number of captive-born red-footed lemurs in North America zoos from 1970 to 2020. Now you can see this graph describe the results shown in figure 9.2. 9.2 is a graph which we have to describe the results which have been shown over there. So this figure 9.2 shows the uh, number of captive born red-hoofed lemurs in North America zoos from 1970 to 2020. So the graph, this is line graph. You can see this is the line graph. And from 1970 to 1980, the graph shows the not, that is the, there is very slow rate of the number of captive born red-hoofed lemurs from 1970 to 1980. There is very slow initial growth, or you can say the number of organisms is not increasing too much. But from 1980 to 1990, there is rapid increase. Uh, we can say significantly increase in the number of captive born lemurs, which from 1980 to 1990. That is, these are the 10 years in which there is rapid increase in the number of these animals. Then after that, you can see the fluctuations from 1990 to 2000 and 2010 to 2020. You can see they have observed this data after every 10 years. So you can see after 1990, you can see there is fluctuations, or we can say a little bit stability at high levels. That is after 1990, this data or the is tried to be stabilized, or and stability is there, but there is not too much decrease in the number of these obstacles. So in this way, I would like to say that the period of slow initial growth and then followed by a rapid increase in the number of these organisms, but and then there is stability. So increasing success and importance of captive breeding programs for this critically endangered species is little bit successful by observing this data. Answer is also written over here for your convenience. The graph shows the slow initial growth from 1970 to 80, followed by a rapid increase in the number of captive born 90, and the after 1990 stability fluctuations can be seen, with highlights the importance of captive breeding programs. So you can see a spelling mistake. Captive breeding. So you have to write this. Next part of this question is captive breeding programs for endangered species such as the red-billed lemur can vary in their success rate. Definitely, the average, the genetic variations are there in they are the mammals. They have genetic variations. So genetically variant, when there are genetically variations in the number of species in the animals, you can say the success rate will be different. So suggest problems that may affect the success of captive breeding programs of mammals like the red-ruffed lemur. So I first of all again I will discuss that the first of all the first problem can be the genetic variations. So genetic issues or genetic variation you can see. So the initial population in captivity might be small, leading to inbreeding and reduced genetic diversity because they are inbreeding. Why genetic issues? Because of inbreeding. Small population is there, they are inbreeding, the lack of genetic diversity. Inbreeding, lack of genetic diversity. Because they are inbreeding, there is no new variations originate. So due to this is very crucial reason for this. So sometimes uh, the other reason can be the animals might lose adaptations to their natural environment over generations in captivity. They are living in captivity, so they are not ready to accept the environmental changes. So due to this, you can say they are also facing problems, then difficulty in breeding as well. There is so when they are in captive environment, they feel breeding, sometimes the interference of the human beings as well when they are living in captivity. This is there can be the interference of the other persons or captive, there will be the interference of other organisms. So in this way they feel a difficulty in breeding. So this can also be the reason. And you can see sometimes you can this stressful captive conditions. They are fed of those conditions because they have inadequate space over, they have improper diet, they have lack of environmental enrichment. And you can say all these things can have a negative effect on their behavior due to their this type of behavior, due to the stressful life when they are in captive environment. So it can also lead to the, you can say, the success of this captive breeding program, because they will not be successful, it cannot be successful if they are feeling all these problems. And another thing which can be the funding, there are funds are not properly available, less funds are available. So these are also the uh, less funding and less resources availability can also lead to the very small success for this type of programs which we are running for the endangered species. So all these can be the different problems which can lead to this. And then you can see there can be some other problems, uh, as for example, wild animals, sometimes they may possess genetic unique genetic adaptations to their specific environment that are not present in the captive population. They need a specific environment. Sometimes they need a specific environment. So non-availability of this specific environment can also, you can see the problem. They can have problem in their behavior. So they are unable to reproduce. They are unable to breed. So in this way, uh, they there should be some special type of arrangements for those kind of animals which can have which can be the success for this type of programs. So I have written the answer as well. You can see there can be several issues which may affect the success of captive breeding program of the red-hoofed lemur. Limited gene pool, very small number of animals are there, which make these animals more susceptible to disease and less adapted to environmental changes. No genetic diversity, less genetic diversity. Due to less genetic diversities, these animals are likely affected by this different diseases, and the different environmental changes can also affect on their lives. Animals raised in captive might not learn proper parenting behavior, leading to less survival rate. Parenting behavior, you know when they are in captivity, so they feel all this in captive. Inadequate space and human interference can cause stress and negative impact on health and reproduction. They are unable to reproduce. They are unable to reproduce number of no, uh, during the year. Sometimes they are able to produce one or two animals throughout the year, but sometimes there are many reasons due to which they cannot reproduce. So these are the different reasons due to which uh, we can see these reasons can affect the success of captive breeding program of mammals like this animal, which is very unique animal, red lemur. Now moving towards the next part of this question. Occasionally, wild caught red-hoofed lemur are introduced into the captive breeding programs. Wild caught. So suggest why this is done. So captive breeding program is likely aimed to improve the genetic health and overall viability of the. So according to I think me that when you are wild caught red-hoofed lemur are introduced in this type of captive breeding programs, it means the scientists, they want to introduce the new genes into it. You can say it will increase the genetic diversity. It will help to increase the genetic diversity. So if there is genetic diversity, you can say it help to survive over there. So if due to genetic diversity, there will be the less affection of the less impact of the different types of diseases. They will if they are interbreeding, it means their diversity is uh, reducing day by day. But when they will introduce the animals over there which are different from them, they have different gene pool, they are genetically different from them. So in this way, their genetic health can be improved. Their chances of survival can also be improved by allowing them to breed with one another. So in this way, they will exchange their genes, and due to as a result of this gene exchange, they will be able to produce more healthy offsprings which will be genetically which will have the genetically diversity in them. So it was all about the question number 9. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching.